some reason. Even though it has a full amount of area to scroll down, it can't go all the way down to the ground. Heck, this one that doesn't even have that long of a place to go somehow can go farther down than the previous room's camera. But whatever about that. Gonna try to avoid these bombs without taking any damage, but that's gonna be easier said than done. Duck underneath, back up, and jump again. See how far I can go once again without having to absolutely fill up my health will be most beneficial, obviously. Alright, continuing on. Wait for this stupid bomb. Come over, come on. Oh, come on. The path it takes sometimes makes no sense as I just barely cleared that one. That was almost death right there. I probably should have used health, but oh well, I'm still good. Hey, look, random soldier guys! I'll stab them. I didn't want to go off screen, but oh well. I'll stab them in the crotch with my knife. Somehow they don't see me, even though I'm just crawling on the floor. I mean, seriously, if you looked over and you saw something, you would see something crawling on the floor in front of you. I don't know how that guy didn't see me come into the room. I mean, I don't understand it. I don't know how they ever can see me then, but at least that whole side-scrolling area wasn't extremely long as compared to some of them. But it's still an annoyance because, like I said, we're going to have to go right back through it. So that's probably why the programmers of the game didn't make it so awful. But inside of here, not only is there ammunition, there's also the important keycard number 5, which we get now. Like I said before, I don't know why we got 6 before it. And a pair of random boots. So, hey, might as well, since it's, pretty late in the game at this point, I'm going to refill up most of my handgun ammo. It's probably the last time I have to fill up my handgun ammo throughout the game, because surprisingly enough, we actually are coming up to the starting to get to the relative end of the game, thankfully. The final last couple buildings. This is a very long trek until you finally get to do battle with the final 2 bosses of the game. Or should I say, actually, final 3 bosses of the game. The whole final area is actually 3 bosses contained in a short amount of time, even though one really isn't a boss fight, just like the first Metal Gear game. But I digress. Now we're going to basically have to, of course, go right back to where we came from, after I've now restocked fully on my ammo, and now we're going to head back into this whole side-scrolling area again, so if you enjoyed it the first time, you're going to enjoy it the second time, and if you didn't enjoy it the first time, sorry. You're not going to enjoy it this time either, as I just got Saul. As you can now see, all hell breaks loose, as now we only have bombs falling from the ceiling, random gun guys, and now we have also guys who shoot missiles. But just like the gun guy, their main problem is they can't shoot down, they cannot duck, they are absolutely positively worthless and horribly designed. I just do not understand how you can mess really that up, but I mean, I know Ultra had problems when doing certain games, I understand they had issues with certain games, but I mean, come on. You couldn't program your enemy to duck? I mean, then if you can't do that, why even make these side-scrolling areas to begin with? It just makes a piece of cake, especially for dodging most enemies. As now I'm going to try to get past this whole area without using a health item, which, come on, you know what? Come on, there we go. Got it. Just had to wait a second, and out. Phew, that was a lot harder than I thought it would be. And work on the way underneath that camera, and continuing on to more cameras, and we're almost back to that big room with the 4 doors. Almost there. Kill this random soldier. Shot him right in the butt. Move on, shoot this soldier in the leg, and now I'm just gonna wait for this other guy to come back. See, I could see him not being able to see me fully. I can understand him, but most of the time I don't understand the other enemies not being able to see me at the time. Another random last camera to really deal with. Stand up quickly and run to the end, and hey, look, we're back in the room with the 4 doors. So this time we're going to go over and head through the right door. And, yeah, this is the area I mentioned earlier, which is why we needed all those oxygen tanks we could possibly get. Because this is the area which is going to slaughter me. It's going to waste all of my oxygen tanks in order to get past it. Plus, you need the plastic explosives to get through the vents, like we did previously in an earlier side-scrolling room. We, of course, need those things again. So I'm just going to try to jump over these bombs here. There we go. Try not to get seen here by random stupid floating sensor. Come on. Oh. Okay, I'll wait. You coming? No. Okay, or not. Come on. underneath, up, over, and now run to the end. Phew, once again able to bypass that whole area. Okay, and here we go. Here's the whole area where we really need to, we're going to waste all our oxygen tanks. Just watch it deplete as I slowly work my way over and have to destroy these gates. Because underneath the water, crawling is like the slowest thing ever. They could have at least used the same gameplay mechanics that they used for the dam level in the TMNT game. You know, at least I could have been able to swim better. I mean, I could have even dealt with the electrical tentacles hanging off the walls of the you know, the rocks and stuff underneath that dam area in TMNT, but at least I would have been able to swim normally instead of being just ducking and crawling through on the ground of the water. I mean, it just really doesn't make too much sense to me. And waiting for these bombs to explode, I mean, come on. As you can see, I'm already almost down to... I'm about to start taking damage now after I've destroyed all these things, as I'm going to have to now pause it real quick, go over to my rations and use that, then switch back to my gun. As you can see, I'm going to start taking damage. Lots of fun. Now we have bombs on the ceilings, on the surface of the water, so I can't even stand up here. Okay, now I can finally stand up, at least for a second. So I'm going to try to get past these guys without taking any damage. Jump up, over, jump back into the water here, and continue over. And hey look, another camera, another buoy floating in the water, and more stupid landmines just kind of floating. Come on! And I screwed that one up. You know what? Just screw it, let's go. I don't even really care about it anymore. Wait for this guy, shoot him in the leg. Thankfully though, we were able to get past that area without taking a whole lot of damage. I only had to use one ration in the end. But now we've basically entered the whole, like, final area of the game. The whole final, like, building, final compound style area of the game. And now we just have to slowly work our way over to the final boss rooms. So we just have a little bit left of item finding, item pickups throughout the rest of this little area here. Switch back to card number 5. Walk in here. Hey look, there's another M. Bison guy. Go back to my truth gas. Walk up to him and he's, yeah, I don't even care anymore. I don't think any of you really care anymore either. So we're gonna go back through and head down. Work our way over. This guy somehow saw me, even though I hadn't even fully come around the corner yet. But I guess somehow, like, you know, common sense, he actually was finally able to see out his peripheral vision. Hey, look, there's the grenade throwing guys. They couldn't just be, like, random soldiers that throw grenades. No, they had to be a completely different color scheme. They had to be shirtless, showing off their muscles, and then they had to throw grenades over walls. Because only a giant muscle man could be able to throw a grenade over a wall. As I now just save another hostage, which levels me up to rank number 5, as well as it refills my health up to full, thankfully. As you see, more shirtless grenade guys throwing grenades off over the walls. Go ahead and enter this room and grab keycard number 7. Oh yay, lots of fun here. Now head out and continue around our path. And that was really, I didn't even mean to pull that up. That was just force of habit from the first game. Walk across the bottom there, and now head over to the left. I didn't really mean to pull out the transceiver, it just kind of happened. But I finally killed that shirtless grenade throwing dude. Go down to card number 7. Now that I have that, I can enter over into this room. And I'm going to have to pick up some landmines, and you need these landmines because it's the only thing that's going to hurt the second to last boss. So you do need to pick up the landmines. I suggest just might as well fill up all your landmines back up to full, since we actually do have 2 bosses in this game, not just one that is taken out by landmines. Slowly replenishing my supply of them. Like I said, this is the most boring part of the game, but it's an essential part of the game as well. Now head up. Random blue-shirted guy that's going to try to block my path, and now I'm going to head into this room up here. And this leads us to another elevator, and we're going to head up in here and take us up to the next floor. We're slowly making our way to the rooftop, or the final floor area of the game. Only a little bit more left to go. Head off to the right here. Random soldier guys. I'm going to head down, and now I'm going to go ahead and enter this room over to the left here. But I have to equip card number 4, switch back to card number 4. Grab key card number 8, as well as we have a storyline cutscene here, pretty much, as we have now finally discovered Nick, who we've been looking for all along. It informs us that Jennifer is actually a spy. Remember, Jennifer helped us with items and the weapons in the first game, and helped us throughout this one as well. And he also informs us that Big Boss is still alive, and he has a life support system in his room, and the only way we're going to be able to take him out is we're going to have to wait for him to, we have to lure him out of his room in order to take him out. So thank you, Nick, for informing us of that before croaking and turning gray. Because, yeah, that's instantly what happens. Heading south now here, and we have another... Kill this guy real quick. And we have another essential room here. We have to enter this room as well. Because you need... Right there, you need it. You positively, absolutely need the smoke bomb. You're like, why would you need a smoke bomb? Because when you think of smoke bomb, you just think of something as a diversion. You throw it, smoke comes out of it, the enemies can't see you, you can escape. But we need that in order to enter the final building, the factory of where Metal Gear 2 is actually being held. And without it, you cannot go through the door. Even with missiles,